Welcome to Massacre Girls. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I love it. We got Mana Crypt, we've got Sword of Feast and Famine. Yeah, this is exactly what we want to see. And we're playing against Nicol Bolas. So hopefully we ended up with a jamming against this Nicol Bolas deck for a little bit. So hopefully we can outpace it. Let's go Swamp. And I think we just go off to, yeah, let's just go to town. I think we need to be pretty aggressive on this one. So let's go Mana Crypt. And let's go Yehini. That way we can get in for a quick 2. And really let our opponent kind of know what's up. So let's go Yehini. That's going to be 1-2. Let's go swing it for 2 and knock them down to 28, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we're playing Massacre Girl. Menace. Whenever a Massacre Girl enters the battlefield, each other creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Then whenever a creature dies, each other creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Playing against Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. Flying whenever Nicol Bolas enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Then for a 7-mana activation, exile Nicol Bolas, turn him into Nicol Bolas the Arisen. Once he enters the battlefield, it's a Planeswalker, +2, draw 2 cards, -3, deals 2 damage, target creature Planeswalker, -4, put a creature or Planeswalker from the graveyard on the battlefield, and if you're keeping score at home, exile all but the bottom card of target opponent's library, target player's library, excuse me. So I'm going to choose Tails on this one. And lost his flip. We are 0 for 1 on those Mana Crypt triggers. And then we run into Sad Robot, which is going to be, yeah, that'll be the nice black source that we need. So let's go ahead and go for that. Let's go Sad Robot. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Digging it. And that'll get us, we can sacrifice another creature with Yehini to kind of get that Massacre Girl going. But I've been playing against the Nicol Bolas deck this afternoon, and this is pretty much Grixis Planeswalker. So Massacre Girl is not going to be the best matchup against Nicol Bolas. So that's why we're kind of going for being a little aggressive. So let's go and swing at Yehini. This is going to be a 2/2 coming across. Knock them down to 26, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, excuse me, we've got more than enough mana. I was about to say we can go Massacre Girl, but we're probably just going to park her in the command zone for a little bit because we already do have a Voltron piece in Yehini. So what we'll end up doing is we'll go for Sword of Feast and Famine, equip that, get that down, equip it, and then once we start to swing in, that's going to allow us to really kind of start dealing some damage to our opponent, make them discard a card because we really want to start attacking their hand. And that'll allow us to really kind of start swinging in. If we can find ourselves Urborg and get that +1/+1, that does allow us to get another threat down with Lash Wraith, so we'll kind of see what we end up going for. But this is going off to a pretty good start. It always does help when you got Mana Crypt in your opening hand. That is definitely a pleasant thing to see. In fact, yeah, I kind of like going for the Sword of Feast and Famine. So let's go Tails on this one. On the flip, we were 1 for 2 on those Mana Crypt triggers. Ooh, and there we go, run into Hero's Downfall. So let's go Sword of Feast and Famine. That's going to be 1, 2. Let's go Sword of Feast and Famine onto Yehini. Let's go swing him for a 4/4. We'll go swing him with Sad Robot too. That's going to knock them down to 18. And we're going to be able to untap our lands. And yeah, I think we'll just leave up Hero's Downfall at this point. I think that'd be pretty good. So that's going to make them discard a card. And then we can deal with whatever sort of Planeswalker they get down. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll just simply just go and pass the turn to our opponent. So they're going to get rid of Remand. That's going to go into the graveyard. And then we're open on Hero's Downfall. So we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you can build your very own Massacre Girl deck, hey, they got you covered. Whatever sort of cards that you may need. And also shout out to inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order. Help the channel at the same time. You click the link down in the description below, or you can go to inkgaming.com, type in JOLT539 in the search bar, and see some of the cool playmats that I've designed. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits, join the Patreon and we can make that happen. Other than that, it is officially free time. Let's have some fun. Now, as far as this Massacre Girl deck build, this is pretty much kind of straightforward mono black control / just kind of good stuff deck. And if they're going to go for Reanimate, then we've got this Hero's Downfall. You know, that's fine. Go for it. All right, it's going to be Core Augur. Let's go Hero's Downfall on that Augur. Let's see what this last blue expedition map. Oh, look at that. This is just wonderful. I love it. All right, so we're going to go for Hero's Downfall on Core Augur. It's going to send Core Augur back to the graveyard. And we're still going to be able to swing in with Yehini and a Sad Robot. And that's going to be 6 next turn. That's going to knock him down. Opponent went for a little bit of aggressive line of play, but we had the spot removal on that. And so that's what happens sometimes. We're going to extra counter on Yehini. And I think if we go Lash Wraith, we can equip it for 2. Yeah, we might actually be able to close it out next turn. So let's see what we run into. But I think, yeah, we can close out. So let's go and choose Tails on this one. Lost the flip. It's going to put us down to 24. And yeah, we'll just go sword. No, we'll go for the flavor. Yeah, we'll go for flavor. We'll go Lash Right. It's going to be 1/2. It's going to be a living weapon. We go for the equip onto Yahini. That's going to be double life that we're going to pay. It's going to be 7/7. It's going to swing in for 9. Knock them down to negative, and we're going to close it out. So, good game to our opponent. We're going to be able to close this one out. We can make them discard a card. They did go for a little bit of an aggressive line of play with that reanimate, and they did have Force of Will and Mana Drain, but either way, we're still going to be able to get some good damage done to our opponent. So, good game to our opponent. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Massacre Girl. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, we're going to keep on this one. I love it. We've got Failwar Stone. We have Myriad Landscape, which I will remember to crack, and I'll kind of explain why I didn't crack it during that last video here in a little bit. Let's go get down Myriad Landscape, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over. Opponent played against the Gitrog monster, so hopefully get some good Hypnotoad action. Really excited about that. We are playing Massacre Girl. Massacre Girl has Menace. Whenever Massacre Girl enters the battlefield, each other creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Then whenever a creature dies this turn, each other creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/-1. So, got a nice little chain effect, which is pretty cool. Let's go Swamp. And I think just in case we don't hit the land drop, we could go Knight's Whisper. That's going to put us at 5/7. Yeah, let's just go Failwar Stone. It's always nice to get ahead on mana. And that's going to be 1 black mana we could already add to our mana pool, so we'll go and pass the turn. But yeah, playing against the Gitrog monster. That's at the beginning of your upkeep. Sacrifice the Gitrog monster unless you sacrifice the land. Then you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Then whenever one or more land cards are put in your graveyard from anywhere, you may draw a card. Or draw a card. There's no May ability. Alright, so opponent's going to go for Beast Within during our upkeep. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and make that trade. We're going to go and crack it right now. We're going to get 2 swamps. And we could try to go Beast Within Beat Sticks, but man, I don't want to give up 2 different land drops for that. So Beast Within's going to whiff on that, and then we run into Obnixilis. But hey, we got the lands on the battlefield. That's what matters. Anything else, we're going to go pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, I read enough commanders to where I've almost got to memorize. It's kind of like muscle memory or whatever you want to call that. But yeah, we cover both commanders. Let's go ahead and we'll give a shout out to our sponsors here in just a second. So since there's not really any creatures on the board battlefield, let's just kind of do some setting up. Let's go Hedron Archive. That's another good thing about this deck is it is Voltron Massacre Girl, but there's just other times where you can just really start to kind of cash in some good card draw, get down something like Omnixilis, and just really kind of force your opponent to deal with Massacre Girl later on. Alright, so we have 1 colorless. Yeah, we're simply just going to go and pass the turn. Now, we do run into a Voltron piece finally. We run into Hero's Blade, which works out really well with this deck. And so, okay, sorry about that. My wife had a friend come over, and she came to the back door really quick, and so I went to go let her in. So our opponent got done. I'm just not walking back to Gitrog and exploration on the battlefield, so that was a pretty gnarly turn for our opponent. I think at this point, we could go Demonic Tutor for some spot removal, but I really like just going Obnixilis. So let's just go 1/2. We're going to add black, go for Obnixilis. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can still end up going for Demonic Tutor. But, you know, let's just go and get the commander tax going on Gitrog, and then we'll go for Hero's Blade. That'll be good. So we go Hero's Blade, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to build your very own Massacre Girl to have fun with and slice and dice some creatures, be sure to check out MTGOTraders. It will certainly take care of you. And shout out to inkedgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order, or actually go to the website, type in JOLT539 in the search bar, and you'll be able to see some of my cool playmat designs. So go over there, type that in, and see what's going on. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to that, get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits. Hey, there's a link down in the description. So now it's officially free time. Let's have some fun. Let's go for the +1 Omnixilis. We're going to go for a card draw. We did, technically I should have waited to make the land drop, but that's fine. So at this point, we've actually got, so let's say Massacre Girl enters the battlefield. Yeah, because we want to deal with Titania pretty bad. We could actually just straight up just go Damnation. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to get rid of Titania. We don't have to worry about her coming back out of the command zone. And we go for Worn Power Stone. And that's going to enter the battlefield tapped. Then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So we actually could have done that just a little bit differently. If we wanted to go Kalitas, get him down first, and then gone for Damnation. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't have worked out because then we would have blown up Kalitas. So never mind. I was trying to think about how we could maximize the amount of zombies that we're going to get, or the black zombie token. So I'm just going to go for Thoughtseize and Unfortunately, with us kind of playing the waiting game of Demonic Tutor, they're able to catch that. But hey, that's not the end of the world. We can still get a really nice little board state developed. The only downside is once Massacre Girl enters the battlefield, all of the creatures are going to get -1/-1. I'm not really going to be able to do much as far as getting a lot of triggers going, but you know that's perfectly fine. And even if we do end up going Kalitas, well, actually, if we go Kalitas and get him down and go for the -3 on Omnixilus, then that's going to make it to where it's going to go back to the command zone and we will not get that zombie token. So that's something we want to keep in mind. Ooh, Viscera Seer. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 10 total mana. So let's say that we're looking at Phyrexian Rager, Viscera Seer. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. So let's go Viscera Seer. We're going to go Phyrexian Rager. And we're going to cash in a card draw. Drawing the Swiftfoot Boots, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we are one away from having a hasty Massacre Girl. But yeah, let's go for Massacre Girl. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. We're going to be able to attach Hero's Blade to Massacre Girl. Yes, definitely want to use that ability, and I think we still just want to get the commander tax going up on Gitrog. So we're going to go Gitrog, destroy target creature, and then anything else we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Yeah, for some reason in my head, you know, maybe we should have used Viscera Seer to sacrifice the Phyrexian Rager before we went for that. In my head, I was thinking we were going to be able to generate enough -1/-1 little triggers with the way that stack worked out, but we only got Gitrog down to, ooh, got Multani. Okay, but yeah, for some reason that turn, I was thinking we ended up with enough -1/-1 triggers, but I just kind of got a little bit ahead of myself on that one. All right, so we draw into Lightning Greaves. And I think at this point, we're just going to go ahead and start swinging in for commander damage. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go lightning. Actually, let's do this first. Let's go ahead and crack Hedron Archive. Yeah, because if we can find some spot removal, that'll be perfect. And or maybe we just run into another Voltron piece, and it'll really make it worth our while to swing. Ooh, Sword of Fire and Ice. That's awesome. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're sitting at 6 total mana, which I don't think we're going to be able to equip and go for that. But we have mana, so we can actually deal a little extra damage up top. So let's do that. Let's go Sword of Fire and Ice. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. We're going to be able to equip for 2. And we could go Lightning Greaves, but I'm going to say that we're going to be able to kind of beat some sort of spot removal from our opponent. So we do have protection from blue and red, but it's not going to matter in this Gitrog matchup. So let's go and swing in with Massacre Girl. She's got the double-wielding Hero's Blade and Sword of Fire and Ice. So let's go and swing in. Reminds me of Game of Thrones. And actually, I've been watching Game of Thrones, so I'm really excited. The finale's coming up this weekend, so I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I will say that I have definitely enjoyed the show. Let's go 2 damage to our opponent. That's going to put them down to 9. And yeah, you know, if they don't get another, oh, there we go, Necrotl. That's going to allow us to at least get rid of Multani for next turn. And we deal that 2 damage. Anything else? No, I think we're going to pass the turn. But yeah, as far as this Massacre Girl deck goes, you know, this is a little bit of kind of like Mono Black Control. We've got some Voltron in here with Sword of Fire and Ice, Hero's Blade. And it's just kind of like a little bit of a mix of good stuff deck, and you're not completely changeable, but as far as whatever sort of Voltron pieces you want, you can definitely get some pretty cool things in here. But Game of Thrones. So I'm really excited. The finale's coming this weekend, and I'm trying to think how to. There was something that happened in this last week's episode where somebody washed ashore and somebody was walking by and they had like a little fight. And I'm not giving anything away, but I just thought that was so cheap that happened, that they crossed paths like that. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But I was just like, okay, sure thing. All right, so with our opponent going for Worm Harvest, that's going to be black and green. That's going to keep us from going for Necrotl. So we go Swamp. And we don't have Trample at this point right now. It's simply just a 3/2. I think I still feel a little bit better getting some protection. So let's go Yahini, because that will end up having haste. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 9. And actually, we can completely just go for the entire... Yeah, let's do this. So we'll go Yahini. That's going to allow us to start swinging in. Yahini's going to have haste, and we don't want to attach it onto Yahini because, yeah, it doesn't have trample, so we're just going to leave it on to Massacre Girl. Let's go Kalitas. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then we go for Lightning Greaves, and look at this just assortment of creatures. If we wanted to go for Lifelink to put it on Kalitas, you know, that might be able to kind of spread the damage around if we wanted to. But let's see what our opponent's actually tapping out for right now. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, opponent's going to go for Dismember on Kalitas. Yeah, that's... if we wanted, no, actually, excuse me, we don't have that extra mana to pay for that. All right, so opponent's going to go for Dismember, and that's going to basically get rid of all the cards in their hand. And we're just going to go ahead and leave this Hero's Blade onto Massacre Girl. Let's go Lightning Greaves. It's going to be 1-2. And I think at this point, if we have another Voltron piece, we're going to be able to shift Lightning Greaves over onto Yahini. So let's just go and get it onto her. Make sure she's nice and protected. We're going to go and swing in. So it's going to be 9/8 coming across with some 2 damage. We'll see the Worm Token probably block on the commander. We'll see both of them block, because if they don't, then that's going to be a good game. And then at least next turn, we'll worry about trying to get some sort of... there we go. Take care of those, get an extra +1 counter, make it a 4/4. Yeah, I think anything else, we're just simply going to go and pass the turn. Now, if our opponent does, they're in top deck mode, so if they've drawn into something, they can get another creature down. But if they don't, then we should be able to close it out, because they're going to be able to go Necrotl, destroy Multani, and they won't have enough creatures to kind of keep up with this menace off of Massacre Girl. But this is pretty much the core concept of the deck with Massacre Girl is, you want to get down... go for Massacre Girl, somehow end up with a lot of -1s on a lot of your creatures, clear the board, and then go for something like Sword of Fire and Ice, different things like that. All right, so opponent's going to be swinging in for 12. That's going to knock us down to 3, and they have 0 cards left in the hand. And that's the only downside, is that with the Necrotl, those Worm Tokens are going to be black, so they still have to end up blocking 2 on the back end. And actually, either way, we can still go Necrotl and Multani to kind of stop that. So let's go Swamp. Let's go and push in with the entire crew. We're going to see 2 Worm Tokens block, and then 1 block on Yahini. And we'll get a few extra counters. And then, oh, excuse me, we should have gotten a Necrotl and Swiftfoot Boots. We would have more than enough for that. So that's a little bit of a misplay. We would have been able to get him for 2. That would have knocked him down to 5. So I'm sorry about that one. So let's go Necrotl. Enter the battlefield. We're going to take care of Multani. We're going to additional +1 counter. Let's go Swiftfoot Boots. And since Yahini is kind of getting on up there as an 8/8, we're just going to go ahead and make sure that Yahini is protected. So get Swiftfoot Boots onto Yahini, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. Yeah, that last turn could have definitely done a lot better. I think I was just kind of thinking about ways to explain the deck. We should have gotten down Thran Dynamo, and then at least swung with Necrotl. That would have been an extra piece of damage. So now our opponent did not end up retrace. Well, let's see if they're going to end up retracing Worm Harvest to get a few more tokens on the battlefield. But you can see what sort of pressure this deck can do, and especially with some stuff like Hero's Blade. Just having those end of the battlefield effects that are free, and just being able to put it on a creature, and it curves out so well, sitting at 2 mana. All right, so opponent's going to go for Maelstrom Pulse on Lightning Greaves, but I think... All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one, so we're going to be able to close it out. Thankfully, Necrotl was able to take care of Multani using his Weed Whacker. Yeah, we could have played that last turn just a little bit differently. Could have been a little bit tighter in our gameplay. Gotten down Thread Dynamo, but you can see this is what the deck wants to do. Get down Massacre Girl, go for those -1/-1s. The only downside is you're not playing against a creature-heavy deck like our opponents. There's a lot of really big land-based creatures, so Massacre Girl doesn't really get to shine, but you can definitely see where that menace and then sticking on a Sword of Blank and Blank onto Massacre Girl, some good magic and a good way to generate some value. So, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Massacre Girl. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got Coffers and a Doomblade against the Erebos deck. That does not sound good. So let's go and mulligan on this one, and hopefully we can make this work. We got Toxic Deluge, Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. Hopefully we can find something good. And then another Swamp on top. We will definitely take that. And our opponent's on the play, so we're going to let them get this game started. We are playing Massacre Girl. She has Menace. Then whenever Massacre Girl enters the battlefield, each other creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Then whenever a creature dies this turn, each other creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/-1 until end of turn. So you got a really nice stampeding effect. Not a stampede effect, but a nice little kind of chain effect if you get enough creatures on the battlefield. As all the creatures get -1/-1. It's kind of fun to imagine her slicing and dicing. So let's go ahead and get Swamp down. And, oh, actually, we should have gone Myriad Landscape, but either way, we got Vampire. If we want to go for Vampiric Tutor, then we can go for that. I'm playing against Erebos, God of the Dead. Indestructible Devotion 5 turns into a creature. Then your opponents can't gain life. Then for a 2-mana activation... Make sure. Yep, there we go. 2-mana activation, pay 2 life, draw a card. So it's gotten to the point now to where I just kind of... I just see the card and my brain goes into autopilot mode. Do we want to jam a Vampiric Tutor at this point? Yeah, I think so. Let's go for that. We're going to go Vampiric Tutor. I'm not entirely sure what we want to grab just yet, so let's get this popped out and take a quick look. Yeah, if we're going to grab a Voltron piece, I think we need to go Sword of Feast of Famine. So let's grab Sword of Feast and Famine. That's going to go on top of our library. If we can get just any protection from black against our opponent's deck, it's really going to make a huge difference in this matchup. So let's go Myriad Landscape, have that enter the battlefield, then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Oh yeah, if you saw my Fibblethip video the other day where I had an uncracked Myriad Landscape for like 8 turns, I don't normally play with this card in my monocolor decks because for a long time it was like bugged or something like that. So it basically fell out of my head as far as, you need to incorporate this into your deck building. And so I think, dude, we'll just go and crack it and get that extra land on the battlefield. So anyway, I just never used it, and I started putting it in some of my monocolor decks recently, and my brain doesn't think of it sometimes. So it just sat there for a long time, not being cracked, and then I finally realized that like by turn 8, I was like, ooh, I need to get that going. So our opponent did end up grabbing a Phyrexian Arena. That's going to be really hard for a mono black deck to deal with. And in fact, we're actually not running Phyrexian Arena in this particular build. So, I really enjoy Phyrexian Arena, but I feel like with some of my more recent builds, I've kind of backed off playing Phyrexian Arena. It is nice, but I just kind of feel like maybe some quick card draw sometimes might end up making a little bit of a difference instead of tapping out for 3. And it's just a huge naturalized target most of the time. So opponent's going to get Ob Nixilis down, so they're off to the dream mono black start of Phyrexian Arena and Ob Nixilis. So if we can't get this Sword of Feast and Famine to stick onto a Massacre Girl, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot. Let's go Command Beacon. Actually, do we want to go Field of Ruin at this point just to blast that coffers? So we go Field of Ruin because it can generate 4 mana. Yeah, I think we need to go for that. So we're going to pop coffers. And that's going to allow us to each search for a swamp, and that's still going to give us Sword of Feast and Famine too. So let's grab ourselves a swamp, and hopefully, with us dealing with coffers, that's going to buy us a little bit more time. And let's go Sword of Feast and Famine. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we're kind of stuck a little bit on mana on our opponent. We at least took away coffers. They did have Urborg, coffers, Phyrexian Arena, and Ob Nixilis. So that is... that's like, what do you want in your opening hand in a mono black deck? There you go. We did cover both commanders, and I've already given a shout out to our sponsors in the other video. So it is officially free time. Now, as far as this Massacre Girl deck, and it's definitely a work in progress. Basically, the core concept of this deck is, you want to get Massacre Girl down, get those -1 triggers going, and then just use something like Sword of Feast and Famine, using Hammer. You just want to build this really nice Voltron package with Massacre Girl because she does have Menace, so there's that keyword ability. You don't think it's that strong, but when you have Menace, and especially after you've gone for a Massacre Girl board wipe, I mean, it's really hard to bounce back from that. They get down 1 more creature on the battlefield that you can basically just kind of keep swinging with Massacre Girl. So it kind of makes for a fun way to kind of go for a good control game and then just really quickly try to close the game out with something like Massacre Girl. So pretty cool. Now, if we end up going Toxic, that's going to be paying 7 life, puts us down to 21. We're getting really close to an ultimate. So we go Command Beacon. That's going to put us at 6 total mana. I guess at this point, yeah, if we're going to go Massacre Girl, because we could get her down right now, that's going to do nothing to Erebos. But we do kind of want to get a hasty option going for to just swing in. Yeah, because if we end up getting a Massacre Girl down right now, then they're going to go for the -3. So let's do some setting up. We're going to go for 1 Power Stone. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped, and that's really going to open us up on mana. We're going to go 1 Power Stone. Let's go Blood Artist. Yeah, if they want to use the -3 for Ob Nixilis to take care of Blood Artist, so be it. So that'll be perfectly fine. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So worst case scenario, since we don't really have that good of a Blood Artist board state, and that's the other cool thing about this deck is, it's not technically Aristocrats, but, running Blood Artists in here, a little bit of Zealoport Cutthroat sprinkled in there too, you can kind of create these board states. So let's say they were playing against a token deck, you get down Blood Artist, go for Massacre Girl. That only counts for the first wave of Massacre Girl triggers, but it's still good to, cash in a little bit of life gain, especially in mono black where it's hard to get life gain sometimes. So running something like Blood Artist, we can simply just be a chump blocker on air. Ravenous Chupacabra. He's going to get Blood Artist. So that will end up taking care of Blood Artist, and that does put our opponent on only having 2 mana to kind of deal with Massacre Girl if we end up going for Massacre Girl next turn. So I feel fairly confident that hopefully we get this to stick, because that's only going to be And especially if they tap out now. But okay, that's going to be great. So we can go Massacre Girl, and then once we get Sword of Feast and Famine onto Massacre Girl, it's going to be really hard for our opponent to kind of stop that onslaught. Let's say that they do get the -8 ultimate with Omnixilis. It's not the end of the world. That's going to be 2 life loss. We don't really want that, but if it does end up happening, then we can survive that. Hopefully we can outrace our opponent with this Sword of Feast and Famine. So let's go for Massacre Girl. And especially if we end up going for that hammer too, that's going to give her indestructible, which should be a really nice combination of equipment. So we go Swamp. Let's go Massacre Girl. It's going to be 1-2. We're going to have Massacre Girl enter the battlefield. We're going to put that Sword of Feast and Famine onto Massacre Girl. That way we just get that really nice protection. So it's going to be 1-2. That's going to allow us to just kind of chump block on Erebos, or let's say Ravenous Chupacabra if they want to swing across. And if we had 1 more mana, we could just pay 1 life to end up going for Toxic Deluge. But I think we can survive off this. So at least we'll kind of stop some of that damage coming across from our opponent, and then we'll go and pass the turn over to them. But yeah, outside of the kind of Blood Artist, very light Blood Artist package in here. Some of your Voltron pieces are pretty much what you'd expect in a deck like this. You know, you don't want to get too crazy with Massacre Girl Voltron pieces. You can run, you know, if you want to have fun and you have a fun meta, you can change it up a little bit, kind of throw some of that bigger equipment in there. But if you're playing a little bit more of a competitive nature or in a competitive environment at your local gaming store, you want to have something that, oh no, Playcrafter. Okay, so that will end up taking care of Massacre Girl. Yeah, it's hard to beat 2-card draw per turn. So Playcrafter is going to get rid of Massacre Girl. We're going to sacrifice her. It's going to send her back to the command zone. We can recast her again next turn, but that does leave us open for that -3. But like I was mentioning, you know, one of the things that you do want to do with Massacre Girl is you want to have something that has high impact as soon as you get it onto Massacre Girl, because once you clear the way with Massacre Girl, you're going to be dealing as much damage as possible and as quickly as possible. And so something like Sword of Feast and Famine, that's going to give you that discard step. Make your opponent discard a card, you get to untap your lands. Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Light and Shadow, if you want to get a bit of life gain going. You just want to have something that's just really, you know, generate some immediate value for you. And of course, stuff like Hammer, you know, you can get the free equip once she enters the battlefield, and that's a pretty good thing. Now, we do have Toxic Deluge. We are looking at 7 right now. That does, unfortunately, bring back Messenger. It's going to come back on the battlefield as a 4-3, so I'm not super wild about that. And especially if you end up having to pay 7, then that's going to not be too good for us. Now let's check this Blood Chief Ascension. That's going to be 3 or more counters on it, then we're going to be able to lose some life. So we go Swamp. We can sack Command Beacon to put Massacre Girl into our hand. Yeah, let's see if we can't get this to stick again. So we just go Massacre Girl. That's going to be set. Yeah, let's go Command Beacon. We're going to bring Massacre Girl back to our hand. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to give Ravenous Chupacabra -1/-1. We could Toxic for 1. But man, I don't know if that's because they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're going to have that devotion. I think if we're going to close this one out, we might as well just go and get Sword of Feast and Famine onto Massacre Girl. So let's go and put that onto Massacre Girl. They'd almost need to have another sacrifice effect to make sure that we can't get some sort of value going. And kind of depending on how they decide to swing in, maybe we can do something with this. But for playing to our outs, I like getting down Massacre Girl and going for Sword of Feast and Famine. It's funny, like you throw together this Massacre Girl deck and you're excited to play against all these token decks or a lot, you know, Birds of Paradise, a lot of War Elves, but then you just don't really run into a lot of you know, small little creature decks. Now, we do have different ways to kind of get the chain going with Massacre Girl. We do have Singar Autocrat in here that's going to bring those Surf tokens onto the battlefield, so that's going to allow us to really get those amplifying triggers going. And then whenever land enters the battlefield, you may have target. Oh, yeah, this is this is pretty brutal. So if our opponent actually just really wanted to put some heat on us, they can go for that -8 off Omnixilis, and then because that'd be card draw from Frexen. Yeah, I was about to say now it's time to cash that in. So whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. Oh, no, excuse me, that counts for us. So that's going to be 2 next turn, puts us down to 9. So you'd almost have to one-hit our opponent next turn. So we'll see what we can come up with. But it ain't looking good. Oh, that is brutal. But yeah, like I mentioned, you know, there's other ways you can kind of get this Massacre Girl chain going by getting down some sort of creatures that enter the battlefield. They give you a few extra tokens. Even something like the where's it? Weaponcraft Enthusiast. It has Fabricate for 2. That's going to allow you to kind of get a few extra tokens going. All right, so opponent's going to be swinging in. And I guess at this one, we do have protection from black. We definitely don't want to block on Messenger because that's going to come back with Undying. Yeah, might as well just block on Erebos. So that's going to be, yeah, because we have to block on Erebos. So it's going to be 5. That's going to put us down to 6. Then we've got the card draw. That's going to put us down to 4. 1 from Underworld Dreams. It's going to put us down to 3. And then that'll put the Blood Chief. Oh man, this is this is getting pretty gnarly. Go for the throat. Okay. So we're gonna lose 2 live. Yeah, I don't. That's not go for the throat is not gonna get it done. All right, so we go hammer. We're still gonna get hammer down just to kind of have some fun, but our opponent's gonna get in on this one. So we go hammer. Have that into the battlefield. We're gonna equip that onto a Massacre Girl. Yes, definitely gonna use that ability. It's gonna make it an 8/6 protection from black. And I guess while we have the mana up, might as well just go ahead and go for Obnixilis. Yeah, because either way, we're dead next turn. So we'll just go and use that last black mana, go for Obnixilis, get him out of here. And then we'll lose during our upkeep whenever they cash in a card draw. Or then plus with the Blood Chief Ascension. Either way, wasn't looking too good for us. Okay, it's going to put us down to 1. Let's go and push in with Massacre Girl. Be swinging in our opponent. It's going to be an 8/6. It's going to put him down to 12. 8 commander damage. Get ourselves a Sword of Feast and Famine trigger. But unfortunately, they're going to close it out. So we're at least going to force them to discard a card. And they'll probably just end up toxing for 1. I think that'll be a very Massacre Girl way to go out. I think she would highly respect that. But you got to see kind of what the deck is trying to do. Unfortunately, our opponent got off to a very hot start. But hey, that's Commander sometimes. So shout out to our opponent for closing this one out. We're going to pay 1 life on this. It's going to put us down to 0 and get game to our opponent. It's always fun playing mono black versus mono black. Tried to take care of coffers earlier, hoping that would slow them down, but between Phyrexian Arena and Obnixilis, they were able to generate some really nice card draws. So if you want to know how to build a mono black deck, this is all the foundation pieces that you need to get a really good game going. So anyways, if you enjoyed the game, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.